Your childhood, maybe one of you watched the movie James and the Giant Peach, and you remember the green grasshopper. He played the violin, and so one day James asks, or he tells James that music is the voice of the soul, and then so James looks at him. He's like, "Well, what does that mean?" And then so the grasshopper, he goes, "When I'm happy, my music sounds like this." Sounds like this. Sound production on the violin is something that you always constantly work at, and sometimes you never get it perfectly. And so there's different ways to make a sound on the violin also, in order to achieve a certain tone or color. So another example is, we've seen these William Tell overture. So you can play it like this. But that's, it sounds good. That's a good tune, but it's not what Stephen wanted. So when he wrote the music, he said, for the violin, you had to play it this way. And keep going. The bow technique, you achieve a totally different sound. And so the physics behind the sound is not that complicated. Basically, the string vibrates and you get a sound. Your pharmacist, not physics. Okay, but the string by itself doesn't make a sound. You think of an electric guitar, it's not until you plug it into the amplifier that a sound is actually made. And so the same thing is true with violin. String by itself does not make sound, but the bridge and the body and the sound put together, they all serve to act as the amplifier for the sound. So things that shape the sound, this is just general because I don't got an hour to budget on. So, but the string, of course.
Is it on the test?
We're gonna. Anyways, the strings, of course, they're the most important part. If you can see, there's 4 strings, and each one is a different diameter. It gets thinner to thicker, and the thicker the string is, the slower it vibrates, and so the lower the tone. So it gets higher. But so another thing is the length of the string. When you shorten the length of the string, that's how you make sound, because the vibrational frequency changes and all that stuff. So if I play low, that's how we make the sound. We shorten the string. Another part is the articulation, as I mentioned earlier, which is the bow. All the energy that goes into the sound section comes from the bow, which comes from my arm. Again, the electric guitar, if you think about it, it takes a small energy that you plug and adds electrical energy to get the sound that you need. Rather than violin, it's all me. So. One more thing that shapes the sound that's important is your whole position. When I was young, I remember always getting yelled at because my arms are too high, or my arms are too tense, or I'm not holding it right, I'm gripping the bow too hard, and all that changes the sound dramatically. And so it's something you can always work at when you're playing the violin. And so if you see me play in a few minutes, if you see my arm go up, then you'll see my arm go down, because at that time I'm thinking, oh, my arm is too high. Okay. So one last thought my piece. One day I was with my teacher, and then he has a fabulous sound. It's really good. You know, the kind that goes, you know, the heart thing makes you good. But and so I asked him. I said, "So you teach your sound you make sounds incredible." And I've been doing everything you tell me. I've been keeping my arms relaxed. I'm getting the right posture. I'm doing everything you say. I can't get sound you make. I said, and he says, "Oh, you want to know the secret to a good sound?" And I just look at him like, "Yeah, that's what I'm paying for, you know." And so he said, "Okay, I'll tell you." And so he tells me, like, says, "Feel my fingers." And so I feel his fingers. And there are all these, like, it's like this, almost like a padded, like, gel type finger pads, and they're not callous. And so he said, this is the secret of all great violinists know. He said, these are the exercises you're supposed to do. He wants me to do like this. All these exercises, you know, you're rubbing your finger on the string. And he says, keep doing this until your fingers are bruised and bloody. And then let them heal, and then do it again. And he says, do this for several years, and you'll get the sound that I make. And as you can imagine, I didn't stay with him that long, and so, if my sound was not good, I apologize that I'm not getting bloody fingers. Alright, instead of playing a classical piece or some other piece that you probably wouldn't know, I decided to play a cover, and y'all should know